stories. We're excited to celebrate their journey together. Please, before I proceed, I just want to know if you can hear me. Okay, good. Excellent. So, before we dive into the presentation, it's my pleasure to invite the founder of Analytics Stages. I do not know if he's on the call to give us address us shortly. Okay, over to you.
Hi everyone. Um, Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us. Today is a very great day, and one that you know um would show tenacity, consistency, and grit of the participants of the cohort 5. Um, those who will be presenting today have shown strongly that not only that they want to learn, they are also willing to succeed. Um, Many of you who must have, been a part of our programs, either the free or the paid, you know very well how, some of you might see it as strict I am on uh, some of our programs, that even if it is paid, you have to take it very serious so that you you become the you become a reference point when they say, okay, you went through analytics stage. It becomes glaring and clear that yes, those who go through analytics stage are very, very great products in the on-chain data space. And I'm here to, one, celebrate and applaud those who have shown grit. They've gone through the cohort cohort 5 training. You know, they were part of those who were selected for the mentorship program because of their consistency, you know, and and capacity to always do their tasks in the right time. So, and today is that time where we are going to give them the opportunity to showcase their works and what they've done so far. So, I welcome everyone. I can see Brandy, who has been, a very great contributor to this community. Also Chris, also been a very great contributor to this community. So, I want to yield the floor back to the host to take over from here. Thank you, everyone, and God bless.
Thank you very much, sir, for that. Okay, so we will move into the highlights for today. The student demo presentation. We don't want to beat around the bush, just want to go straight to the point. So each student will have about 5 minutes to walk us through their project, what they've been working on, the tools they've used. So, but first of all, you would introduce yourself, like you'd introduce yourself to us, what you've been working on and the rest. So after each presentation, we'll also take one or two questions so we don't waste any much time. So let's get started with our first presenter. So first off, we have with us Precious Dima. She would be our first presenter for today. So Precious, if you're on the call, you have the floor. You can share your screen.
Hi, thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, GM, everyone on this call. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Apostle of Finance, Analytics Stages. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to present what we have done or what I have been doing so far. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen now. Yeah, my name is Precious Oyedeke. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. A cohort 5 students. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen now. So I just get started. Please, can you all see my screen? All right, thank you very much. All right, so I did a deep dive into Viction blockchain. I studied the Viction blockchain and also its native token, which is VIC. So this analysis focused on the fundamental activity, health, and market performance of the Viction blockchain and its native token, VIC. Okay, so here I have some questions that I queried. I used Dune, by the way, to analyze this data, and I also built a dashboard for every question that was asked here. All right, so I'll just go right into it, discussing. I'm going to discuss my different charts and the insights that were generated from these charts. Okay. So the first thing I did was to get a KPI on the all-time high and the all-time low of the VIC chain. Okay, so this means this chart basically, or this KPI card here, compares the high price of VIC, the high price VIC has had ever, the high price VIC has ever reached, which is the all-time high, with the lowest point it has fallen to, which is the all-time low. It helps understand how the token has performed over time and where it stands now. So looking at this chart, you can see the all-time high. The all-time high price, it's $1.7. All right, and the current price now is 0.2. I have that here. The current price now is 0.2 dollars, and then the all-time low, right, it fell to minus 86.78%. Okay, and the last day it had an all-time high, which was this 1.7, was 665 days ago, which was like in 2023. Okay, so this shows VIC has fallen a lot since its peak, but importantly, the price has no longer crashed. Okay, it has stabilized. So ever since that all-time high, it has been 0.2 dollars. Okay, so the next chart here is the daily block produced on Viction chain. All right. So daily block produced basically means blocks are created every few seconds to store transaction. We all know that blockchain is made up of different blocks that are daily. So if block production is stable, the network is healthy. All right. So for my chart, it's consistently produces the number of blocks it produces per day is over 35,000 to 45,000, 35,000 to 45,000 blocks per day. And from my analysis, it shows that it produces block every 2 seconds. Okay, so that's chart that shows that is here. So you can see the consistency. Every 2 seconds it's producing a block, so that shows this confirms that the network is reliable and has no interruptions. All right, so I'll move to the next chart, which is my gas usage. This is the chart here, the gas usage. So gas fees are the small costs paid to confirm transactions. All right, it also means that it's the cost users pay to process their transactions. This chart tracks how gas is being used. So high gas cost is equal to expensive to use, while low gas cost means it's affordable to use. Now for my chart here, I have my average gas use and my total gas use. So average gas use per transaction is less than 0.001 dollars. Okay, and then the gas used spikes highly in July but quickly returns to its normal level. Okay, this my chart is not really very visible for us to see, but yes, the July is here. So this is the highest spike it has had. All right, for the average gas, for the gas used. All right, so I'm going to make it very quick so that we can move on. All right, so the next one I have here is my price change. The next chart I have here is my price change. All right, so from here I analyzed the 7-day, 30-day, and 90 days price change. So this chart shows how VIX price is changing over time. Looking at 7-day, 30-day, and 90 days period helps us see whether the token is volatile. Volatile meaning if it's risky or stable. All right. So the 7 days change, we can see that it's almost flat, meaning no sudden swing. All right. No sudden swing. You can see it moves. They all move at the same time, meaning there is no much change for the 7 days. So for my chart, the 7 days has this color. This is my 7 days. All right. So we have the 30 days change. I didn't do 30 days. Okay, so we also have the 90 days change. So it shows clearer growth, showing slow recovery and investor confidence building up. All right. So for the 7 days change, there is a bit of spike here, right? For the 7 days change, but it later went back to normal. For my 1 day, sorry, I didn't have 30 days. Okay, just 1 day. Okay, I have 1 day, 7 days, and 90 days change. Okay, so everything seems normal, but for 90 days, I think it went.
90 days, I think it went.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you. So, thank you so much. That was a brilliant one. Thank you, Dima.
Okay.
The allocated time has been exhausted. You've done amazingly well. Thank you.
All right.
So,
Thank you very
thank you very much. Yes. So, we'll be taking the next person. Okay, for the sake of time and management, what we will do is if you have any question regarding a particular presentation, you can keep it to after everyone is done. So next up, we have Samuel. I don't know if he's on this call. So if you
Yes.
are, you have the floor. Okay, beautiful. So you can share your screen.
All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I remain Sam Francis Idonfa. Today, I'll be sharing my own dashboard. I believe my screen, is it visible from everyone's end? Hello, please, can you see my screen?
So we can't see your screen. I do not know why. So maybe you would. We can't see your screen, Samuel.
How about now? Can you see my screen now?
Can you see my screen now? Okay, so while
Oh
we're
my God,
trying
please,
to,
you can talk to another person. Let me take care of it.
yeah, that's what we're going to do. So next up, we have Electus. I don't know if he's on this call. Okay, in the absence of Electus, we would be taking Femi. Is Femi on this call? Okay, we have Electus.
Sorry,
Electus.
good evening. I'm on call. Yes.
Okay, so kindly share your screen.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Hold on. Samuel is currently sharing, so we can see Samuel's screen
Okay.
now. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that. Can you now see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, please, sorry about that error from my own end. Okay. In the course of my analysis, I happen to analyze a certain token, a certain crypto project known as Grass. So Grass is changing the way we use the internet by letting people to earn rewards for sharing their use connections. So I actually check on few metrics from my own end, and I came out with these following figures we are seeing here. We had total holders of Grass token. I also have a total Grass token that was burnt, and they also have the unique traders of Grass token over 7 days as of the time I actually performed this query, and then the Grass token for the new and returning users, and then the cumulative volume of trades for Grass token. Generally, in this particular query, I have done a whole lot, but I just decided to present this particular one, which I'm optimistic that it speaks volume about how Grass token works. One of the fundamentals that we normally check before we engage in any crypto project that has potentials maybe to stay for the long run is for us to assess the users and also check how viable the ecosystem is. This will also help us to know if the token is here to provide something that is useful for the long term. So with these few metrics here that I have from my end, you can easily see that the distinctive number of holders of Grass token is on a high side. So I was able to record a value of over 331,008 of Grass specific token holders. That goes a long way to show that this particular ecosystem is doing great in terms of its description and then the total number of holders that are here. The Grass token bonds totally that I got, bonds token refers to situation where some of the token that have been taken away from circulating supply. That means at that point in time, they try to make the token deflationary so that they can see a way of giving value to that particular token. At this point in time, I had 79 token that was bought, but I don't know at this moment it's not showing there at the moment. And then you have unique daily traders of Grass token over 7 days. This particular dashboard here specifically shows us the new users that are always onboarded to trade on Grass. That is those that are actually trading Grass every particular day. How unique traders are being onboarded? How many of them? Is it a token that has potentials? Is it a token that people are no longer trading? But this particular query that I did here has been able to tell us that for the past 7 days, as of the time that I did this query, new users are always onboarded into the ecosystem to trade Grass. That means it has potentials. Then we also have the returning and the new users. This particular chart also shows the returning of users as of July 30th, as of July 31st to August 30th. So you can also see the retained users, the new users, the number keep varying from 200 to 300. This shows that the ecosystem is also doing great job and the community of users are happy about this particular crypto project known as token. Then another very important use case and fundamentals to always check for any project as well is the volume, because when once there's no liquidity, the project is also dead on arrival. So liquidity is most of the token factors, is mostly what is being checked before investors consider, before community consider in holding it, or before anyone considers. Volume is very, very important. So from this analysis here, after querying this particular data, I came to realize that the cumulative volume, that is those that are currently trading volume, that are currently trading Grass, is on the high side, and it has keep on increasing right from the July 31st to the August 30th. That's the time I actually create this particular data. That means Grass is here to stay for the long run. They cannot run away with your money. Okay, so this particular dashboard here, this particular last one shows the figures, the different figures and the days we actually traded. So that is just the brief summary that I did about Grass token on Solana blockchain. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Samuel, for that wonderful presentation. So we will be taking our next speaker and presenter. Electus, you're free to share your screen. Please, we have 5 minutes to make presentations. Electus,
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I've been called. Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening, everyone.
So, can anyone hear me? I think my network is okay. Thank you very much. So, I'll be sharing my screen now. Please, can you see my screen? Is my screen visible, please? Oh, I don't know if the network is good or not. Okay, thank you very much. So, I made an analysis on gas token and Juke token. So, I compared their market activity specifically for gas. So, the market activity I researched on as regards the gas token, it was dated from the day they did their TGE, which was October 28, 2024. So gas token is actually a Solana-based deepin project that's focused on harnessing unused internet bandwidth from users. And they actually do this to get AI models with structured public data. So I made a comparison with the Jupe token, although the Jupe has been in the markets long before the gas token was betted. Well, so I got the token utility and mechanism for both tokens, and the utility for the gas token actually has two major criteria, which are earning mechanism, which allows users to share their bandwidth via the gas app or browser extensions to earn gas points and eligibility for token rewards, and also the governance and the staking. So gas holders can stake, govern the protocol to propose votes and power network operations. So the circulating supply of the gas token is 307 million, while the total supply of the gas token is 1 billion. At the time of launch, the circulating supply of the gas token was 200 million. So they've unlocked some tokens over time. Then for Jupiter, the total circulating supply for Jupiter is 3.1 billion. So this here right here it shows the circulating supply for gas and also the circulating supply for Jupiter. So I compared the average daily price of gas and Jupe over a period of 30 days and over a period of 90 days. So the one with the deep green color it represents gas, while the one with the lemon color represents Jupe. So this here shows the comparison between the gas token and the Jupe token over a period of 90 days. So their average daily prices. Then I also did research into the market cap and total volumes comparison. So this visualization versus the compared to gas token. So this here shows the total trading volume for the gas and the G tokens over a period of 90 days. So as you can see, this is the highest point, with Jupiter having a total trading volume of over 349 million, while gas token had a total trading volume of over 40.7 million. So another thing I concluded is
Alexis, for that.
this echoing.
I'm echoing.
Thank you so much, Alexis, for your presentation. We'll be taking on the next person.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Femi, which is Femi. If you're on the call, you're free to share your screen and start your presentation. Is Femi on the call? Okay. In the absence of Femi, would be taking Rotimi. Rotimi, please feel free to share your screen and start your presentation.
GM. My name is Akinride Rotimi. Um, I, and I will be presenting my grass dashboard today. And thank you for this opportunity. And just to confirm before I proceed, can we all hear me? And can we see my screen, please? Okay, thank you very much. So, first of all, this is my grass. This is my grass. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, so this is my grass dashboard, and Grass token was launched in October 28th of October last year, 2025, 2024. So since the TGE, I looked into the various activities that has occurred, the various events that had occurred during since the token was launched, and over time, based on my analysis, and as we can see on this dashboard, the total volume that has been traded on grass is grosses 3.6 billion in USD, and then the total token that has been transferred grosses 1.9 billion. That's the total number of tokens transferred, and the average price of grass token is 1.91 USD over time, and the total number of grass holders as at the time of this analysis was 55,973 holders. And just to also look at more insights, the average amount of token that was transferred is 318. And looking at the time series analysis, I also dived into the the daily trade volume of the grass token. And in looking at that, I realized there was a huge spike around the time when the token was launched, which was in which was October 28th. And as we can see on this chart that I'm hovering over, the peak period of trade of where grass token had the highest volume was between 28th of October till about 30th of October, which was around the time when a lot of people claimed and then traded their token. Now, going forward, I also did the analysis into the average token transferred, which this chart also shows the trend of the average token transferred, and um, the peak token transferred based on this analysis shows a 1,237 units of the grass token being transferred as the average token transferred, and also looking at the daily token volume traded, the peak period for the average daily token for the daily token volume was in was on the 2nd of March, no, on the 3rd of February 2025. And because this analysis looks at the rather than looking at the 30 days or 90 days period, this analysis covers the entire period from the date of launch, from the date of launch till
Okay, Rotimi, thank you so much for that, for your presentation. So we'll be taking on the next person. Etty. Is Etty on the call? If you are, you're free to share your screen and start your presentation. Okay. In the absence of Etsy, we'll take on JB of DeFi. Is JB of DeFi on the call? Okay. In the absence of that person, we'll take on Marian. Marian, are you on the call? If you are, you're free to share your screen and make your presentation.
Okay, everyone. GMGM, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me. All right. So, and I hope you can see my screen also. So I'll be going ahead with my presentation. Okay. So for my analysis, I actually worked with Viction, and so Viction is a layer one blockchain protocol designed for scalability, low transaction fees, and seamless user experience.
Sorry, Marian, sorry to cut you short, but what we are seeing, at least for me, is the snipping tool. If you can just, the snipping tool, can you just like go away from there? We can't really see what you are presenting to us.
Okay, hold on. Let me share entire screen. Sorry. Okay, can you see my screen now? Hello.
Yes,
Okay, it's
yes.
okay now. Sorry, someone said my screen is small. I don't know. I don't know if it's okay now. All right. So I said I did an analysis on Viction. All right. So Viction is a layer one blockchain protocol designed for scalability, low transaction fees, and a seamless user experience. And this was launched in 2023. Okay. So Vic token is actually the heart of Viction, but my analysis is for Viction blockchain. All right. So moving forward to my transaction, to my metrics. So I worked with transaction metrics and user retention. These were like my key focus. So these are my KPIs, that's key performance indicators, and this is this current circulating supply for Viction. And we have over, for 2025, we have over 2 billion plus for our Viction trading volume. And this particular one was gotten from CoinGecko. Okay, so I worked with June and I played around with APIs, CoinGecko and Terfilama. So moving forward, I have my total transaction count for 2025. And I have over 49 million plus for the Viction. So I also made an analysis on daily transaction count. And here is actually the peak, which is 12th July 2027. This is the peak for the daily transaction count. More of, we are counting the daily transaction. That is what, and this is for 90 days, for the past 90 days. So we have monthly transaction count for 2025. And we can see that for July 2025, we had our highest count for July 2025. Moving forward, we have our daily trading volume for 2025. Okay. And for when it comes to our daily trading volume, we had a high peak on 8th of July 2025. And this is our monthly trading volume for 2025. And looking at this, we have a very high, we have an all-time high for July 2025. Looking at this, we can see that if we go back to our transaction, our monthly transaction count, we also had a high peak for July compared to other months. Okay, so I went for that and I did an analysis on quarterly trading volume. And we currently have Q1, Q2, and Q3, and we are not done with Q3, but our Q3 is the highest we have on our column chart. Okay, so this is performance metrics, and this particular metrics is for our transactions. So we have more of, so the yellow represents our success, while the purple represent the failed transaction.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, Marianne. We'll be taking on our next presenter. Thank you, that was amazing. So we have Melvin. Is Melvin on the call? If you are, you're free to share your screen and make your presentation. Okay, in the absence of Melvin, we'll be taking on Abams Pascal. If you're on the call, you are free to share your screen and start presenting.
Yeah, hi everyone. Pascal, let me share my screen. So can you confirm if you can see my screen? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I did analysis on gas token. So to be quick, just to keep to time. So you can see like this almost 29 million of grass stake, which is like 9.6% of grass supply and over 300K of grass holders. And when it comes to like grass validators, like they can also be called routers, like you stake your grass with them. There are like 15 of them. And the average stake per validator is like 1.9 million grass. These are market activities, like my colleague have gone before me, have said, right? Volume on grass tend to like happen like early in the life cycle of the token when the airdrops phase were still going on and people were claiming. But recently, volume has really fallen off, averaging less than 500K. Like this is on the DEX, right? Most of the volume still happen on sexes like Binance or Bybit. You can see the same thing here, but with a weekly view. And you look at the user behavior, and we see users, in this case are the traders, right? They've been trending downwards, both new and returning users. The same to me, unique traders. I also did something on grass staking, right? Initially, I said they had like 15 validators or routers. So here you could see the distribution based on the validators. So we have staking and Hextrox are the two largest validators with like 7 million grass staked with them. You could see their percentage share here in this pie chart. Surprisingly, even the Grass Foundation don't own much stake than these guys. So cumulatively, like Grass Foundation, which is one and two, own like 3.2 million grass or so. So you have more like institutional platforms like staking or Hextrox with more of staking market on grass. Then if you look at product distribution, right? Wallets are not users, but as me as wallet are users in this case, you can see that most of grass holders, right, like 94% of them own less than 100, have less than $100 invested in grass. Like that is less than 100 for grass with current price of $0.7. And you can see that just one person has about 10 million in grass in the wallet. So from this now, you could say, okay, if you're investing in grass, right, maybe like your average investment size should be between like $100 and $700 because that is where most of the people invest in. That is an investment size. So that maybe they don't have that much confidence in the token. I don't know. You don't want to be investing like a lot here. Based on this core distribution of holders of grass. So that was like a quick rundown of grass dashboard I did. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that presentation. Next, we'll be taking Kelvin. Kelvin, if you're on the call, you're free to share your screen and make your presentation. Okay, in the absence of Kelvin, we'll be taking Teddy Juan. If you're on the call, you're free to share your screen and make your presentation. Okay, in the absence of Steady Juan, we'll be taking Popsy. Is Popsy on the call? Okay. Olanre Waju, if you're on the call, you can share your screen and make your presentation. Okay. Next, we have.
Okay. For Olanwaju is going to come. I will share my screen in a sec. Let me do just that. Okay. So for that. Yeah, I believe you can see my screen right now. Can you hear me? All right. Can you see my screen, please? Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is my analysis of the grass token Solana. So I analyzed the holders of the grass token. So through my analysis, I basically made my analysis strictly over 180 days, the past 180 days on the chain to reduce my analysis on time. So most of my analysis on grass token is past 180 days. So over the past 180 days, grass analysis has 37,102 orders from analysis. And I go ahead and check the daily unique traders. We have over that 180 days, and we had a peak on the 5th, on the 14th of May this year with over 2,000 traders on a single day on grass token or Solana precisely. So, and then I did the cumulative trading volume on grass token, the daily cumulative trading volume on grass token. This is the trade analysis on grass token. Yeah. So we have a peak trade on the 14th of May this year, which is the day we had the actual most unique traders on chain as well. So it is very ideal we can have that kind of trade volume on that day as well. Then this is the cumulative trade, showing cumulative trades upon each day. This is like an addition of each trade by day. It is adding trade based on the daily chart. You can see definitely from here, from the 13th of June this year, there is no significant. I would say there is no significant increase, not much significant increase in the trade volume we have on Solana chain, specifically for grass token, as the line seems a bit smooth afterwards that day. So, and then this is for the engagement of users on grass chain. This is a chart of the daily trader and the returning trader. So down here is a chart of the new users on chain. I showed the chart of new users on chain, and these are the returning users. You see, we have a lot of returning users on chain. Then the peak here is on the 14th of May, definitely. So this is just a repetitive analysis of the new users and then returning users. So and then I then analyze the total grass staked, because grass was given to users by as an airdrop, and then who staked the grass for reward. So we have 28 million grass tokens staked, and we have 1 million staked per validator, because we have 15 validators for grass token specifically. So average token staked per each validator is average of 1,900,000 according to my analysis. So and then I analyze the amount, the number of unique claimers, people that claim grass token based on a daily basis. So right from launch, we have claimed the token.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, Olamiraju. So we'll be taking on the next person. Precious, if you're on the call, you can share your screen and make your presentation. Precious, if you're on the call, you can share your screen and make your presentation. Okay, in Precious' absence, we'll be taking on maybe Joseph. Is maybe Joseph on the call? If you are free to share your screen and make your presentation. Okay, in the absence of maybe Joseph, we'll be taking on Q. That's your name on WhatsApp. Presenter number 17. Okay. The next presenter we have is Emmanuel. Emmanuel, if you're on the call, you can share your screen and make your presentation.
GNGM guys, can you hear me? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right. And you can see my screen. So, good evening, everyone. In the course of this program, I built 2 dashboards for the mentorship program, but I will be presenting on the Viction blockchain. So, formerly known as Tomo chain, it's a layer 1 blockchain that the main use cases are DeFi, GameFi, and NFTs and payments. For this dashboard, I analyzed 3 major segments. You have the user segmentation and ecosystem growth. Like the aim is to understand user behavior. We have traders, we have those building building product projects. So they deploy smart contracts. So I also analyzed native token and user activity trends, then network core and price dynamics. So the aim of this dashboard is to understand, because on Viction website, they say they are aiming for sustainable growth and innovation. So we want to know if that is paying off. In the last 30 days, we have a daily activity trend. And if you are from this bar chart, you can see that it's kind of sustainable. Understand? They have a very high spike here. But in the last 30 days, everything is looking very balanced. Then the busiest day in the last 90 days was on 12th July. Yeah, had about 707 transaction counts with 61 addresses participating. So blocks produced from here, you also see that there is also kind of equilibrium. Everything is looking balanced between 39, 38, 39, 40, 40. So it's also an indication that what they say they are doing, they're actually doing it. Then for the token itself, the VIC token, because it's a native token, so you cannot get it from maybe querying the transaction, Viction transactions on Dune. So you have to use API. So the program also exposes us to use API. We use DeFi Llama and CoinGecko API to get the token. So I was able to analyze the daily trading volume in the last 243 days. We had the highest here around July.
Okay. They also track gas fee to know if the ecosystem they are getting anything. As you can see, because it was Tomo Chain. Tomo Chain was actually launched in 2018. So that's why you can see 2019 from here. So they now changed to Viction around 2020 or thereabouts. So if we take from where we have Viction, you can see that it's balanced to some extent. So their claim of sustainable growth is consistent. Then the next metric is on network core and price dynamics. The daily transaction count is still the same. Everything is still moving according to, it's still balanced. Transaction per second, the average here is 5%, 6% transaction per second. The minimum transaction is you have it's just one, yeah. That's one. Then the closing price, the current price is around 0.26, although we had around 0.4 earlier this year, somewhere here. Then monthly TPS is around 6 for average. Then average daily smart contract. So we know whether they are building the apps and everything. So we have an average of 7 smart contracts being deployed. Then wallet retention, yeah, to know whether we are having more churn or people are staying behind. You have active wallets around 321,000. In the last 6 months, you have 8,000. It's 5,000, yeah. In the last 30 days. That's, yeah. Then a 26%
Okay, Mario, thank you very
retention.
much for
Retention.
that presentation. Thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. So we'll be moving on to our next presenter. Is Femi on this call? Femi, if you are, you can share your screen and make your presentation. Femi, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. GM. Hi, good evening. GM, everyone. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. You're free to share your screen and make your presentation.
Oh, all right, since you can all hear me now. I'm not really prepared like that for the presentation because I don't know this is going to be like individual presentation. We all thought it's going to be group presentation. So based on the
Femi,
meeting we
I think
had yesterday,
yeah,
we
Femi,
selected
please.
two of us. That was Precious and Rotimi to do the presentation for the group.
Femi, I don't think this is the right place to be giving yeah,
Yes,
I don't think this is the right place to be giving excuses. You get me now. So if you are not ready, you should
yeah.
have just told the other. Okay. So let's go to the next person, please.
Okay, so is Kelvin on this call? Kelvin, if you are, you're free to share your screen and make your presentation. Okay, so I think that is everybody for today. We've exhausted all the students in the mentorship program who were to make presentations. Well, thank you so much to everybody who made their presentations. They were all amazing. I guess from what we've seen, it's obvious that they've put in so much effort and have grown so much during this mentorship program. So at this point, I would like to open the floor to our guest speaker, who we've specially invited to come up and give their overall feedback, as well as say some words of encouragement to our mentorship students. So without wasting too much time, I would like to give the handover the mic to Mr. Brandon, who is with us, who has been with us since the start of the session. So, Mr. Brandon, you have the floor, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Yeah, so this was very insightful. Me having done a few lessons for everyone here. To see how the students in the cohort were able to synthesize the data across several lessons and apply it to Dune, especially within the short time span we had. I'm very impressed. Looking at the dashboards that were presented today, the vast majority of them look very professional, and probably to the level where it took me probably like a year to get to. So again, I would definitely recommend everyone here to continue building with Dune. I think once you get a very good handle on Dune, the opportunities are really going to present themselves and make themselves available as well. And yeah, I'll also add, even though there were some overlap with some of the projects that were analyzed, I noticed that each presentation showcased different metrics and focused on different aspects of each project. So again, this was great to see how far everyone in the cohort has progressed from the beginning to now.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Brandon, for your words. We really appreciate your presence here and your acknowledgement as well. So I don't know if anybody on the call have any question for any of the presenters. We'll just use about roughly 2 to 5 minutes to take on any question. If not, in the absence of any question, we'll move forward to what we have on the agenda. Okay, so given the silence, I will take it that we do not have any questions. Moving forward, as we wrap up, I'd like to thank our cohort 5 students, the mentorship students, for their hard work and dedication. To our mentors, the tutors, and analytics stages for their guidance, and everybody who has joined today to give their support to the cohort 5 mentorship students. It has been amazing. So this is like just the beginning. With your skills and consistency, the opportunities in the blockchain system and ecosystem generally are endless. So for everybody here, don't forget to stay connected with analytics stages. If you're here and let's say you're trying to deliberate on what to do next, or you're just a beginner in this space starting out, you're free to join our cohort 6 program. If you're here as well and you have anyone that you'd like to recommend for the program, well, you also fit that. So without, okay, Favor, your hand is raised.
Can you? I can hear you. Okay. I wanted to ask, um, what if you want to like make analysis? Because I realize that not every blockchain is on Zoom. What if you want to make an analysis on a blockchain that is not on Zoom? How do you get the data and stuff like that? Like, how do you access the data? And just how do you make sense of it? Like, how where do you begin from and stuff like that? I don't know if you understand me. The question is
Okay,
only
for
directed.
yeah, thank you very much for that question, Favor. Yeah, Favor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, for data that are not on June, there are other data source where you can also get them. And if you have a knowledge of APIs, you can also leverage API as another your data. Do you understand? Also, you can also index your data or decode some of the data, right? So the some of the data on Dune have been, indexed and decoded, but for data that are not yet decoded, you can do the decoding if you have the knowledge of um, decoding logs, traces, and transaction. Do you understand?
Okay, yes, I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I don't know if you have any other questions before we close for today. Okay. In the absence of any other question, so as I was saying, if let's say you have anybody you'd like to recommend for the program, as you can see, our the analysts we're training are doing pretty much well, and we cannot wait to see what they're going to build and do contribute and how they're going to contribute to the ecosystem. So for everyone here, thank you once again for joining and have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. Sorry, Oyobasi.
Yeah. Sorry,
I think we have
I think we have
a special.
a
You can
special.
mute your mic.
You can.
Yeah, so we have a special guest amongst us who has been a huge contributor to Analytics Sage, and he has also mentored, a vast majority of participants, in on-chain data analysis within Analytics Sage and beyond. He is the a senior data scientist at our network. So he's on the call. I'll just invite him over to give us to give the participants feedbacks on their presentation and also few encouragements, on what you should do going forward. Mr. Brandy, you have the floor.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat what you wanted me to go over?
Yeah, so I wanted you to give feedbacks to the participants, and also like word of encouragement for their career going forward. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Well,
I gave that maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago.
oh, you already did. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah, maybe
It's all right.
all right. Okay. Thank you very much. That's fine. That's fine.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, Emmanuel, you answer up.
Yeah, GMGM everyone. I just want to take a few minutes to say thank you to our uh, instructor and what's even the right word to use, to his Martin. I don't think he's on the call, but I think he outdid himself, and I must recommend him like publicly like this. So, it's Martin, we are really grateful and happy that you gave your all to ensure that we are we're able to like even present without you being on the call. So just take our greetings to him. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Emmanuel. A big shout out to Smarty, who has walked you guys through the mentorship program. Thank you so much, Smarty. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, the host. Thank you, Brandy. And thank you, every other person who has joined this session. So, if you also want to become an on-chain data wizard, do well to sign up for the upcoming courses and see you there. Bye, everyone, and have a great time. Bye.